Customers say obnoxious removalists destroyed their furniture. I'll give it a try.
Don't be fooled by the innocent sounding name. That's the warning from some customers of Peter Rabbit Removals, who say all that Peter delivered were damaged goods and broken promises. So
nice.
We tracked him down.
Thanks, Peter.
To get some answers.
Thanks, the Prime Soulfire.
He's an awful man and he runs a terrible business.
Peter Warren from Peter Rabbit Removals.
Sorry? But he's been doing this for 38 years and every dog has its day.
Are you trying to run away from all your problems back down your little rabbit warren?
This is Peter Warren.
Hey, Peter.
A man who boasts over 4 decades in the removalist industry and a truckload of unhappy customers.
People should
we'll stop using them.
Removals because we are there to make sure that you are satisfied and
thanks the Prime
sure
Babelo
goes to the plan of your move.
I would describe him as
and Tyler in the resub Ferna.
A bit arrogant and forceful.
Very shady. He obviously has no pride in his business at all.
We've spoken to a lot of your customers. They say they claim that you've ripped them off.
He's an extremely obnoxious, arrogant person, and he
seems sweet.
That he is a male to stand over women.
Vanessa Saab and her 2 daughters, Olivia and Maddie, needed to move house late last year.
This is an aggressive shot. Are they threatening Peter?
Removals and its owner, Peter Warren.
Because we were downsizing, so there wasn't a lot for him to move, and he was prepared to store it for us for a week.
The quote of $264
thanks the Prime Beyond in the resub doc and glitch.
But as it turns out, it was a classic case of getting what you paid for.
We saw the state of the furniture when it was being unloaded, and I voiced then how unhappy I was that the condition it was in, that it was absolutely appalling. And
can I see
wasn't
it?
Prepared to pay.
11 out of the 12 items were damaged, including the washing machine, dresser, bookshelf, and this hutch given to Vanessa.
Yeah, they didn't do a good job.
From her parents. She called Peter Warren to complain.
Who's the Prime
He
Elite?
told me that if I didn't pay on the day, he was going to drive off with my furniture in the truck, and I wouldn't see it.
But pretty uninteresting. Volume's maxed. ACA is just quiet. Residents resort to sticky tape to save sinking home. I don't know how reliable that technique is.
Now the Australians fighting to save their sinking homes. Many have already forked out thousands on repairs for an issue they say council should pay for.
Thanks the Prime Couture.
So I could enjoy it with my grandkids.
A dodgy drain, a sacked council with a sewerage problem, and a row of residents with sinking homes who refuse to pipe down.
Casey Council, stop with the corruption and fix our homes.
It's draining to think this storm water issue has plunged into its 10th year, but that's the reality for grandparents.
Well, luckily we have a lot of sticky tape though.
I don't come out here.
Why don't you come out here, though?
I don't think it's safe enough to come out here.
The Cassars moved into their family home
There's the Prime
more than 20
Elena.
years ago. Back then, the roof was in one piece, and grout was enough to keep the tiles together. No sticky tape required. But in 2000,
Do you think that's helping at all?
A 1 in 500 year flooding event hit their suburb in Melbourne's southeast, and this is where the issues began. The flood sent water so high in parts that jet skis appeared on suburban streets. In the short term, Barb and Tony thought they'd survived without major damage until the cracks started to appear.
What's the point though? I don't think the sticky tape is holding that together.
A year or two after the flood, their roof and floor
just to make it not so
split
sharp, I
into
guess.
pieces after their backyard began dropping away. We measured that over the past few years, Barb and Tony's yard has sunk 40 centimetres from the old levels, and with the home just hanging on, Barb has had to stop grandkids Ariana and Ashton from playing out the back at Grandma's.
I'm scared they could fall over and hurt themselves. And I don't like coming out the back door, but
Kids are like indestructible.
watch it out there.
They get hit by a dump truck and be fine.
Scary.
I don't think a little uneven terrain is a big deal for him. Now me, this would be a hazard for me.
There's no doubt the damage is centred around the spot where a council storm water pipe runs beneath their yard and through to neighbours like Brett Dykes.
Just mind your step, because the big crack is a tripping hazard.
Is that a result of the sinkage?
Yes.
Goodness me.
Brett has lived next door.
Oh God, be careful! Almost fell straight into the core of the earth.
With his wife and
that chasm.
Kids, his block was crack-free and level, but that's no longer the case for Brett either.
It's depressing coming outside, and I'm not sure what to do.
The damage is clearest at
Holy
Brett's
shit.
place when 16-year-old Lockie tries to shoot hoops.
He's not bad at basketball because of the ground.
Basketball court is now a slippery slope, with every shot rolling down collapsed concrete to the folded fence line.
This is why I'm not going to the NBA, Dad.
Infamous council pipe.
If the house were to be unlivable, would you have any options?
No. No. We got nowhere else to go.
The street in question lies in Melbourne's infamous city of Casey, where the council was sacked in February for alleged corruption.
Uh-oh.
Since then, Jenny Pack, who owns a medical clinic a few doors up from Brett, has helped rally locals together.
It really breaks my heart to see all the residents suffering.
On behalf of the group, Jenny says that while the flood may have started the sinking, the placement of the council pipe under their properties made it worse. Jenny says council was told of these concerns 6 years ago.
That's a good question, Lizard. Yeah.
Agreed to install
I think there's only tape. Like, there's no such thing as not sticky tape.
Still denying
it's a pretty dumb title.
That it has nothing to do with all the cracks in all our homes.
In a statement, James Collins, Casey's planning director, says, "We understand the residents' concerns. However, council stormwater
I was saying I haven't seen the Bell Life. I answered that.
And found not to be the cause.
But I might.
An independent geotechnical investigation determined that the subsidence was a result of the
Okay, so they need to fix that. Then they probably won't. We call it sticky tape. Yeah, I mean, but why? But why call it sticky tape? I guess, like, yeah, it's sex tape, caution tape. But I mean, if you just said residents resort to tape to sink sinking home, wouldn't you get the same idea? Like, oh, they're taping it shut. Not like they're using videotapes, you know? It's all the same. Like, all tape is sticky in that context, right? It's kind of just a worthless adjective. Sticky tape. We assume it would be sticky. We would hope. Well, measuring tape, though, that has a name. You wouldn't, like, if you're going to measure something, you wouldn't say, hey, get the tape so I can measure this. You'd ask for the measuring tape. Whereas if you're trying to put something together, you would just ask for the tape, not the sticky tape. It really is like saying, get me the wet water. Just some dumb shit. I'm gonna go fill up my water real quick, actually. That was a good reminder. Thanks for the Prime Biscuit. I'll be right back. I'm back, team. What the fuck is up, you pussies? Thanks to the Prime Florp and Tresdo. Mom says cops confused ice cream with mobile phone. Why does that matter? Is it illegal to have ice cream? Or mobile phones?
$5 ice cream that cost Mum Michelle almost $500.
Whoa.
That's the fine she copped
Thanks
after
to
police
resub Matt.
accused her of using a mobile
Madness.
behind the wheel.
And Griffin.
But Michelle's adamant they got it wrong.
It started with an ice cream, ended with a $500 fine, and all melts down to a mum asking police to put aside the ego. Magnum ego, that is. This is a story of ice cream.
This sounds like a riveting tale.
Magnum-loving mum who says a receipt purchased from this service station proves the police officer who fined her needs to chill. You must be Michelle.
I am.
Why
You've
though?
been unfairly fined.
I sure have.
I want to hear all about it, but I guess first we better get some ice creams, eh?
Yes, yes. Make
Oh,
sure
obviously,
you get
yes,
the
of course.
caramel Magnum Egos.
Thanks for Prime. Antho and the gift sub, Kevin.
With them.
I've never had one of these before. Are they any good?
All right, now we can tell the story, Michelle. So you came to the service station and you bought one of these.
Yes, that's right.
They are
As I
good.
was driving down the road, the police passed me on the opposite
Honestly, he was
side.
probably just trying to flirt.
They were driving, yeah.
But then she said no, so he gave her a ticket.
So the
Or he saw the
passenger,
wedding ring.
driver has seen me with something in my hand.
And that was a Magnum
that was
Ego.
a Magnum Ego, that's right.
Not a
yeah.
mobile phone.
Not a mobile phone.
This was 2 Mondays ago, as Michelle drove along the winding forest roads of Melbourne's northeast.
They've proceeded to turn around and follow me up the hill. And by this time, I had finished my ice cream. And they had accused me of, being on a mobile phone.
Could a mobile be mistaken for a Magnum?
Of course it
Sounds
could.
like something we need to test. Were you using your mobile phone while driving?
Thanks to the resub Pterodactyl and the gift sub Llama and
No way
5
that
gift
I'd
subs
be eating
Matt.
my Magnum Ego
Thank you, Matt.
and holding my phone and driving all at the same time.
Thanks to the resub Pudpo.
And the 34-year-old says she can prove it. As police pulled her over, Michelle produced evidence of her snack.
I still had my wrapper and I still had the stick. So as I said, I just finished eating it and I'd placed it down in the console. So I had everything there to show. And later on, embarrassingly enough, I still had chocolate on my t-shirt.
Uh-oh, that's another crime.
The claims he saw the golden glint of a mobile phone from within Michelle's car.
What?
But the mother of one says that could have been her jewellery.
So whether or not he spotted this ring or my watch, I'm not sure, as I was holding it like this.
Nah, the only tip
Also,
is to be
the
consistent,
Magnum Ego
supersonic. That's all you can really
has
control.
a caramel center, so whether or not that part was glistening in the sun, it was a sunny day.
Michelle was slapped with a fine of almost $500.
I would be so fucking
But
pissed.
later that day, she managed to get a copy of her receipt from the service station. It shows the ice cream was bought at 4:34 p.m.
What the fuck?
The fine was written up just
$500 fine for ice
and
cream.
Michelle says this should lay reasonable doubt over what the officer saw and should be enough to put the fine on ice.
I only just returned back to work for a week, and then yes, we're copying this.
Thanks to
fine.
Prime Zigster. I think Current Affair is great.
Finally, Michelle takes
She needs
the
justice.
fine to show her car has a hands-free system.
So Michelle, are we talking on Apple Play right now?
We are.
Oh god, is this an
yes,
advertisement?
So I have no need to be holding my mobile phone while driving.
I think Michelle should definitely fight the fine. I mean, if she's innocent...
Thanks to the Prime Dude guy and the resub Sky
Lawyer
Dude.
Adam Cockayne, known
I don't know,
as
Philip.
the fine defender, specialises in
a good
these
question.
cases. He says people who challenge their fines in court have a good chance of winning.
80% of those
Thanks to
fines
Tier 1
fail
led
at
AI.
interest rates, which says to me that the review system is not working, because they shouldn't have got that far.
But to truly get the scoop on what happened, we return to where Michelle
Just
was
try and get
pulled over.
arrested with a ice cream cone.
To put this to the test.
Oh, thank you for the
Behind
10 gift
wheel
subs, led
of a
AI.
Magnum, and we'll see just
damn,
how
thank
easy
you,
it
man.
is to mistake an ice cream for a mobile. What do
I
you think?
appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Let's do it. All right, you're going to need one of these.
Thank you.
Good luck.
I hope she gets fined again.
On the same patch of road, in the same car, at the same speed, we recreate the day, with the Current Affair cameras acting as the policeman driving in the opposite direction.
How would he even notice that?
Across 3 attempts, one thing is clear. It's remarkable the officer thinks he could see anything at all. So, just to be sure, Michelle does one final run, with our cameras standing still.
Ooh, that's a fucking criminal right there.
Here, but Michelle plans to contest the fine. She's hoping she's built a solid ice cream-based defense that will take some topping.
I shouldn't have to pay it. I wasn't doing anything wrong, so.
Thanks for the gift sub, Rubber Ducky and resub Slicer.
Pretty convincing. We approached Victoria Police to ask if they might have got it wrong in Michelle's case, but the policeman involved is adamant he saw a mobile phone.
What a fucking loser. Alright. What? Oh, I wanted to see if there was a follow-up. Though I guess this was only 6 days ago, so we wouldn't know. What else we got? Messiah who professes to wipe away debt investigated by the ASIC. I don't know what the ASIC is, but can he actually wash away debt?
Whether
Does
it's
he have the
wiping out
power?
your debt or playing Cupid, self-proclaimed Messiah David claims he can do the lot for a price. But authorities say he's a Judas, accused of pocketing hundreds of thousands of dollars from customers.
No need to panic, folks. Just a public service announcement. How are you?
Uh-oh.
David Murphy.
He's entered into the retirement home.
What's the story?
The so-called Messiah
Thanks to the resub,
claims
Llama.
he can work
Bits
magic in our banking system.
Why don't we do it with your debts and see what happens? And you give a story to your people.
And
that'd be great.
In the bedroom,
love one another, not one other.
Mr. Murphy offers to wipe out your debts during the day.
People can have their debts, loans or mortgages paid out for 25% of the outstanding balance.
And keep you company at night. Are you a bit of a ladies' man, Messiah?
I don't approach. It's up to them to approach me. And I can always say no.
Debt and dating. What a combo.
Wait, his wife lets him fuck?
Messiah, are you pulling the wool over people's
What, like
eyes?
anthills or something? What is this man fucking?
Wool over people's eyes if you've got a money-back guarantee on results.
On behalf of angry Messiah customers. People have come to us saying that you just take their money and run.
No, I don't run. I'm always at home.
In one of the most bizarre encounters of the year.
We're having dinner, honey bunch.
Okay, honey bunch. All right. You are single.
That is absolutely a witch.
David,
100%. She's been around for 200 years, at least.
Nobody's money's gone into the piggy tonight. If you could have your debts, loans or mortgages wiped out, you're the one doing the promotion tonight, so I can talk. Get back to me later on.
David Murphy looks like any other bloke on a night out. But for an upfront fee, Murphy the Messiah insists he can pay off your debt using his money.
Thank you, John. I hope you had a good night, man.
The scheme is called debt wipeout, but this isn't a financial institution. It's a ministry.
Thanks to resub, Muck.
This isn't right.
It's hard to say whatever you want, really,
Kalik. Debt like Dave.
It hurts me knowing that he's going around doing this to people, to good, honest people who are working hard.
There's the prime
And
Beansy.
Topanga.
Anything that sounds too good to be true, don't do it.
Hey, sleep
took
well,
a
Larry.
chance on the so-called Messiah, seen here peddling his scheme online in his signature Hawaiian shirt.
You're free. You're making money. You're saving. You're saving.
But the banks aren't buying it. They told customers who had paid the Messiah thousands of dollars in upfront fees they've been led up the garden path.
I don't know how people are so dumb to believe that shit. It is crazy.
The legal team has actually
crazy.
Said, this isn't a right. This doesn't seem like a legit scheme that this guy is running.
Enter Simon Moran from Essex Financial Services Enforcement Division,
wild.
Making serious allegations about Mr. Murphy's conduct.
Give me $50,000 and you'll have no more debt.
The law by operating a
Who
financial
believes that
service
shit?
without a license, and also misleading consumers, for example, about their ability to wipe out debts.
The Messiah
It's not even
doesn't
old people.
appear
Those two
too
people were
concerned,
young.
Because when he's not wiping out debt, he's playing Cupid, setting people up. And according to his
Now I can
online
believe that.
posts,
Oh, yeah.
no strings attached secret sleepovers are also on the menu.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I thought we'd drop in before things got too lively. You are in the presence of greatness. The Savior, Messiah David.
God.
And pull up a pew.
This is like the Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Crew.
There's a number of
These are like skeletons here.
who have lost a bit of money.
We have a money-back guarantee on results.
You have a
Tell them they
money-back
have
guarantee.
a money-back guarantee.
During this chat, David mentions his money-back guarantee 50 times.
Ask me about the money-back guarantee. We have a money-back guarantee.
These are 5 gift subs retro,
Why do
isn't
they
it?
come to
Thank you,
and
man.
not to me?
Thank you
How
for the
do they know
generosity.
about you?
Because they can't get their money, David.
But they don't ask me for under the money back guarantee.
All this talk of debt has dampened the date night mood.
Dave, shouldn't you be talking to this guy outside? I mean, what are you doing in here? Take it outside.
He wants to do it here. I don't mind.
So he's having a chat. Take it outside.
I don't mind. We've got a money back guarantee.
Sorry to interrupt the date night. Sorry to interrupt the... Do it outside. Sorry to interrupt the date night. But we won't be long. David's happy to answer the questions. I mean,
I'm happy to answer the questions. We've got a money back guarantee.
Damn, he just fucking power moved on him right there. He fucking Gangnam styled his ass. Shut the fuck up over there, you old man. Talking to this old man.
What's the crime? There's no crime in paying out a person's debt that is not mine. What's the problem?
The problem is that you've got their money, right? Hard-earned money.
But they're not asking for it back.
3 months of
Thanks
trying to get
resub,
this money
CJ.
back out of him now, I look at it as if I've lost my money. There's no way that I could get the money back off him.
How did you believe him, man?
Dave's one of at least 32 people, ASIC allege, who have paid Murphy upfront fees totaling $240,000 to clear their debt.
Thanks for 5 gift subs, Harpo.
Other friends.
Surely you would know whether your account has $200,000.
The account's got $70,000 in it.
I'll check it out, Lizard.
So where's the other $150,000?
I don't know that the $240,000 is correct. There have been some commissions paid out to spotters because people can tell friends and be paid.
Ah yes, the Messiah pays commissions to spotters, who bring in new clients like Dipanka.
But the way this was done was very well done.
How long have
What?
you been
How? How is that very well done? Give me upfront 20 grand and I'll make your debts gone.
Well,
I can say that.
I think.
And so do the banks. So do the banks.
The banks are concerned because they're missing out on the interest. They want everyone to be in debt.
David Murphy doesn't have a financial license. He claims he
Thanks
doesn't
for the
need
resub,
one
Master
because
Boss. Well, that
debt
sounds like
wipeout
something I'll have to watch
is a
off stream,
mystery.
Dans.
When will
Thank you
this
for the 5
be
gift
shown
subs,
on
Harpo the
TV?
Marks.
Well, you're the Messiah. You
Sorry, I
tell
just
me.
saw that. Thank you.
Murphy claims
Appreciate
he
the
has
5
a
gift
stash
subs,
of
man.
money locked away in a trust account, earning 40% interest per annum, that he uses to wipe people's credit cards, loans and mortgages.
But if I come back to you in a month, will you be able to give me examples of you paying off
I
people's
won't
debt?
give you the names.
No, but can you give me examples?
We'll see what happens.
It's not clear to us what exactly happened with all the consumer funds, but what we did do is
What?
apply to the court for orders
He took
freezing
them.
assets of
What
both
do you
Debt
mean?
Wipeout and Mr. Murphy, and the court granted those orders.
How much are your debts? Tell me.
Thank you for the tier 1
David,
Benjamin and the
tell me
5
how
gift
much
subs,
you're debt.
Ivanator.
That's a bit personal, David. I'm not one of your customers.
No, you're not.
No, and I don't think I will be.
I know my case.
They shot him down in flames.
Tell them to prove me wrong.
That's easy.
Tell them to prove me wrong.
That's like the easiest request
Federal
ever.
courts ordered David Murphy to stop peddling his debt wipeout scheme until the case is heard later this month.
Man, it is always crazy for me the kind of scams people will fall for out there in the real fucking world. Like the goddamn Bitcoin doubler when the most low effort scam I've ever seen online, where they just posted like, send a Bitcoin here and we'll send double back. Be honest, did anybody in this chat right now actually fall for that? I know we have like a few cryptocurrency, like big cryptocurrency enthusiasts in here. Did you fall for that shit? Be honest. I have to know. Obviously, there's going to be people pretending to be saying yes, but I want to hear like a real story. Because I just can't wrap my head around who would read that. Like when Elon Musk and all of them got their Twitters fucked up, and they just posted, send us Bitcoin here and we'll give double back. Like, how could you possibly rationalize that for even 1 second? Thanks for the gift sub, Crumple McStinky. Appreciate another one, man. And thanks for the tier 1 Nauershan and Arrow. Thank you for the tier 1 Arrow. And the resub Francisco and the Prime Thesaurus. I've already watched everything from All Gas, No Breaks. And thanks for the bits, Neen. And Prime Mind Sauce. See, is that real though? You did, but you only sent 1,000 in Bitcoin. Is that a real story, Fitness? Or Finesse, excuse me? Did you actually send $1,000 to the doubling link? Or to the Bitcoin wallet expecting double in return? Or are you just memeing? In RuneScape, it's different. You're a child. If you fall for a doubling money scheme in RuneScape, you are most likely under the age of 14. And that's a real experience that sticks with you forever. But as an adult, I don't know how you don't, like, process that. Thanks to the resub, Tacky. Imagine winning almost 200,000 and being told it was a mistake. How the fuck does that happen?
Imagine winning almost $200,000 on a $50 bet, then being told it's all a mistake. That's what happened to young dad
Yeah, it's
Andrew.
terrible, Jello.
He says he
Thanks for the
shouldn't
gift
be
sub, Nauer.
punished for a gambling giant's error, and he wants his jackpot.
I was refreshing the screen going, no, it's really in there, like I've won this money. This is just life-changing.
Melbourne dad Andrew McCuldy can't get this Whitney
Thanks to Tier 1
Houston
Best in the
classic
resub
out of
Bozarm
his head.
and Lebanon.
He too says he was oh so close to having it all.
Thanks to the resub Flippin'.
You know, when you get lucky, that's just how it is.
But Andrew
Appreciate
didn't
the resub Flippin',
foresee
sorry.
how unlucky his luck would be when he placed 3 bets on American baseball.
Red Sox take on the Nats tonight. Second home run of the season. That ball was ripped.
Found a same-game multi that I wanted to put on, which involved a team scoring 4 runs or more, and then the total score.
You got scammed
came
in
to be 8 runs
CS
or
GO.
more.
That's a little
I was
different,
offered,
though, I guess.
2,000 to 1 odds on that.
To Andrew's surprise,
That's a little
his
underwhelming.
$50 punt hit a home run.
That's a high deep drive left
The
field.
first
That
mistake
socked
was
to the
watching
seats
baseball in the
and
first
over the
place.
seats. A home run.
Yep.
60 grand
Agreed.
jumped into his account. Not bad.
So we drew 60,000 and then watched the remainder of another game, which was part of the second combination.
And you wouldn't believe it.
See you.
Yeah. Pretty boring story. I like the title, though. Sounded like it could be cool. Thanks for the gift sub, Puente. Tales of Vesperia is a great game. RuneScape scams teach you real-world economics real fucking quick. No, I'm saying I probably can't watch that, Dan. Not on Twitch.